Welcome back to the AT. My name's Nichols, 2024 thru hiker and certified hiker trash. This year, I'm hiking from Springer Mountain, Georgia to Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. These next 46 days will be filled with sunshine and storms, vistas and wildlife, and endless memories. With big miles and solo solitude ahead, join me on the trail with a capital T. Morning. I'm gonna flip the camera around. Last night I camped along Brown Mountain Creek, right next to the shelter. It was once the site of a community of freed slaves. We were farmers in this area, and when the Jefferson National Forest Service was created, they did sell their land. They were kind of forced out. There's a really good podcast called The Green Tunnel. I am making more work for myself in 2 weeks, but I will leave a link in the video description to a podcast episode that talks about this community. And yesterday I passed the memorial for Adi. I forget his last name. He was a young child that got lost on a school outing, I guess. Ended up climbing up to the top of Bluff Mountain and passed away up there in the late 1800s. The Green Tunnel also did an episode on that. So in the video description, there will be 2 links to 2 podcast episodes. I encourage you to give them a listen. It's probably about maybe an hour 15 total. If I have time to hike all day, you can probably spare a little over an hour. Just some interesting listens. Learn a little bit about the hidden history of the AT. It's a really good podcast. I listen to it here all the time. It's finished now, so I'm just listening to all the released episodes. Also, did not leave at 5 or 6 or 7. It was about 7:10, 7:15 when I ended up leaving. Shocker. Who saw that one coming? Nichols leaving early. Yeah, right. That's fine. I'll hike through the night tonight. It's easier with my sleep schedule to do that anyway. As much as I'd like to get up at 4, start hiking by 4:30, 4:45. Can't do it. It's easier for me to hike until 10 or 11 at night and get up with the sunrise. So, headlamp's charged. Storage is freed on the phone. Watch is charged. We're good. Let's climb up to Bald Knob here. Bald Knob. The summit's actually a little bit further, but I think this is the main point here. Woo! I love 2,800 feet of gain first thing in the morning. Oh man. This is a grassy ridge of Coal Mountain. Nice view. I forget what the name of that mountain is over there, or even if we go across it. One of those in the distance is probably Priest. But there's a nice view of more of this grassy ridge walk. All right, I'm gonna give the 1 o'clock update here. I'm really low on food and I'm still 44 miles from Waynesboro. I'm gonna try and knock out as much as I possibly can in today's push. It might bleed into tomorrow. don't know. We'll see how far I can get. At least over 3 ridges. Because then it's pretty cruisy down into Rockfish Gap. I don't know. We'll see. I am like drooling about town food and waffles and breakfast food and chocolate milk and ice cream. 44 miles. Oh my gosh. We'll see. There's a nice view of Priest Mountain right there. Going up and over that. And you're gonna keep going. I have never ever craved town food this much. I think it's causing me to burn through my hiker food way faster than I thought. It's gonna be close. I don't think I'll run out. I expect after I get up and over the 3 ridges with the milder terrain at night, hopefully my appetite goes down. But this is kind of an unexpected hiker hunger that's kicked in. I'm hoping I can get to Waynesboro at like the time they're serving breakfast at my hotel. Kind of just sneak in and head straight to that waffle machine and like load it with butter and syrup and get a cup of coffee and maybe a muffin and a bagel. And they said hot food, so maybe eggs and sausage. The last one had biscuits and gravy. Oh, I'm struggling today. Not because it's difficult, because of food. There's a speedway on the way in. I'll probably stop there. Get a chocolate milk. Probably a soda. Maybe donuts if they have them. Y'all, I'm like 40 miles away. This is a problem. This is a big problem. There is a convenience store at a road crossing up here. You can walk 2 miles down the mountain. But today's Easter. And I don't think they're open because it's just a small town. Actually, I think I see the road up here that you can walk in. Maybe I'll get lucky and there'll be some trail magic somewhere. Oh, this is rough. Yeah, it's rough. This is the view from the Priest. I don't think it's actually quite the summit. That's a little over there, but this is the viewpoint here. Over there is a Chimney Rock, 3 ridges, whatever the third one is. So I'll be going down 3,000 feet and right back up. And might get to the top of Chimney Rock when it's still light out, but the rest of that into Waynesboro, that's gonna be dark tonight. Which is okay with me. It'll keep the bugs down. Temperature's lower. Got my headlamp all charged up, ready to go. We're going to Waynesboro tonight. I need to eat something over here. Get my dinner. Just made 2 things of ramen in one 500 milliliter pot. It overflows, but kind of saves gas, I guess. That really sucks. Dang. Good. Trail Magic cooler. Empty. It happens. Kind of I mean, I ate dinner here hoping they'd show up and refill it or do something, but when I get to Harpers Creek Shelter, it's gonna be 2 of my most difficult days last year in one day this year, which is pretty cool. And I intend to keep going. I'm going to Waynesboro tonight. I'm out of food, running out of food. Let me do a check here. All right, that's all the food I have. It is a partial bag of pretzels, granola, and goldfish. A little bit of mixed nuts. You got a little bit of honey left over, PB&J, crackers, 2 things of oatmeal, to Oreos and Pop-Tarts. 30 miles. I gotta stretch that. Oh, and bacon. There's some bacon there. I feel like it's gonna be cut really close because I've been eating so much today. But that's what I got, and I think I have to do it tonight because if I start tomorrow morning on an empty stomach, I mean, geez, that would take this out of the equation just to fill me up in the morning, and I'm full now, so. Oh, and I have 3 things of ramen left too, but that's like ramen, so emergency. I'm just at the parking lot here. It's the sad trail magic over there. It's a little after 7:30. So I'll be heading up. That's nowhere near the top. That's just like a bump. Doesn't even register on the elevation profile. 3,300 feet up. Let's go. Doing this and a priest in one day is ridiculous. I'm gonna share this little tidbit, I guess. That's a priest up there, all the way up there. It's that direction. I can't really see it through the trees, but just wanted to illustrate. I can't illustrate with the video because it never comes out, so I'll try and illustrate with my voice. In New Hampshire, I'm specifically thinking of Gorham. I believe from the town you can see Mount Madison. It's either Mount Madison or Mount Moriah. And when you're looking at it from town, you can feel the immense scale of these mountains. You're looking so far up, right? You're tipping your head back just to get a glimpse of the top of the mountain. And you're also looking very far. And that combination of looking up and looking far away is why these mountains, why the whites, when you're in Gorham, feel so big. That's what looking at the priest feels like from here. From here in the Three Ridges Wilderness, as a cop car drives by. Even Three Ridges earlier, I think even more so, walking down from the priest, you just get this feeling of this is an immense mammoth of a mountain. Like, this thing is living. This mountain, this ain't a hill, this is a mountain. And all of this in central Virginia, the state that's supposedly flat. Nothing like New Hampshire. And here I am finding parallels between looking at the mountains here and the whites in Gorham. Yeah, there it is. 3 ridges through the trees. I'm looking so far up, and it's so far away. Like, these are massive, massive mountains. If you're on the West Coast or in the Rockies, go ahead and voice your frustration in the comments. It helps the algorithm.